Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to my shed. Yesterday I did my very first video and I did a Dutch pour, and I'll show you the dry results. This is it here, and I think it's really pretty, but I didn't get as much shimmer in it as I like to get. So I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to change out one of my colors. I've got, yesterday I used this Arteza Sea Green, and I'm going to switch it out for Pebeo Iridescent Blue Green. It's a little darker, and I think it'll complement the sky blue light really nicely. I think it'll help make it look a little bit better. So yeah, I will power this off, or I'll pause you, and I'll get it all set up, and then we'll start. Okay, I'm back. So some of the things that you don't see ahead of time that, you know, all the pouring artists do is, one, we have to make sure that our paints are all the same consistency so that they work well together. The other thing we do is we tape the back and we put pins in so that it is level. We make sure it's level on all four sides, because if you don't make sure it's level, then, you know, it'll tip and you'll have like this puddle of paint here and it wouldn't dry. And also, by keeping it level, you're keeping your composition the way you want it. After we do a pour, you know, we scrape all the edges. And the reason we do that is because we want, if you don't scrape, those drips are going to keep on pulling the paint down and it'll change your composition. So you may walk away thinking you've got this beautiful thing, and you come back and you went, what happened? It's gone. So that's some of the stuff that is done ahead of time. So we don't bore you with that. I'm going to pour my base coat on. I'm going to go with white. I primarily work in white because as much as I love black, and there's some fabulous stuff done in black, it's a love-hate relationship with me in black. It just doesn't quite work out the way I want it to. I'm just spreading the paint around on the canvas, get it all covered. Paint is a really messy thing, and when I told my husband that this is the kind of thing I was going to do, and I showed him a video, and he goes, oh hell no, because it was not going to happen in his house. So he built me a shed. And it's a good thing too, because the wall behind us there is all filled with paint splatter, because I'm just that messy. I need some gloves. There are people who work without gloves, but I prefer to use gloves. It just makes it a little bit easier. Oh, there, I ripped it. Having a love-hate relationship with these gloves. Okay, there. All right, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just make sure there's no hair and fur in it. I have a pooch who likes to come out into the shed with me, and even though she's hyperallergenic, there's still fur, or actually hair. Okay, so we make sure that the paint has gone off all on the sides so that it's all covered. Let's really check. Whoop, don't mind my head. All right, and then what I do is I'm going to get all the air bubbles out of it. I pre-mix my paints, and it will sit, and because it's a combination of Floetrol, water, and paint, I always like to make sure it's well mixed before I use it. So that means shaking it up ahead of time, and which creates air bubbles. So you want to take the air bubbles out. Yeah. I haven't quite got that side covered there. There we go. Okay. So one of the things with flow is you're always trying to think of a composition and how you want it to look, and all the best laid plans, you can plan it all that you want, but you just never know what you're going to get until it's actually poured. So I'm gonna probably do the same style I did yesterday, only this way, like landscape form. And yeah, here we go. We'll start with the dark purple. Too close to the edge is what I did. There we go. Lots of purple. I really like the way the purple came out in yesterday's painting. And then, there we go. All right, and then this is Amsterdam Ultramarine Violet Light. And I'm putting lots of paint on because I really want it to travel. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do differently is yesterday I did the circle pour around it. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to blow it out. So this is my Iridescent Gold by Pebeo, and it's going to give that shimmer and shine, and go a little bit more there because I just love gold. Now this is the Pebeo Iridescent Blue Green, and this is going to give me a good backdrop for the sky blue light. And it's a nice, rich, oh, it's so pretty. And then this is the sky blue light. And this, I can't remember whether, yeah, it was this one. It actually took over the paint yesterday in the center, and I'm going to try and not put as much in so that it's not so overpowering, because I kind of like the purple to show up as well. Here we go. Ugh. All right. And then what we do is we torch it. There's little tiny air bubbles in here because you shake it up. So I'm going to torch it and pop those bubbles. And what's really interesting is you see the other colors coming out underneath it. There. All right. Now the moment of reckoning. Using the blow dryer. I'm just going to get the paints out of the way because I don't want to knock them over into the painting. That would be bad. All right. So I'm gonna go up into this corner here first because it's the most that's got to travel, and I want to make sure there's lots of paint that travels with it, and then do smaller around there. So let's see what happens. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, I want that to travel just a bit more. So I'm going to give it a little bit more air. Ooh, look at that. And this is where you stand and you look at it and you go, what do I want it to do? Is there anything that I don't like about it? And so far, no. But if I want to change the composition, if I want to change something with it, I have my trusty straw. I love this thing. It's got a hook on it. But I just don't know. There's a lot of gold in here, which I really like. And here's the dark color that I was talking about before. So there's a lot of paint under here, and if you torch it, you can bring up some of the paint that's underneath. So let's see what happens. Ah, see the dark purple was coming out there. And this will morph over time. And you see all the lovely cells in here. Oh, I love that. Oh. But I love squigglies too. There was a bubble there. We don't want bubbles. So I'm going to try and push some of the white back this way. Cross fingers. interesting. There's a lot of paint right there. And I don't want to mess it up too much. So I think that is so pretty. Gosh, I love that color there. See, I brought it out a bit more because I really like that. And because this is so much paint here, even though I blew the white in, it's going to start trailing itself back that way. Just because of the weight of the paint. I like how that brings out that dark purple. I really like the dark purple. Oh, you know what? I really like this just the way it is. So I'm going to scrape it, and that's my way of saying, paint, stop flowing. I like you the way you are. Oh, move these other paints out of the way again. So pretty. I love this. I don't know what went on there, but I like that. See all the cell work? But I really, really like flow like this. I've always liked the flow. Okay, I'm gonna take the camera off and bring it down and give you a closer look at it, and you can see some of the shimmer. I'll be right back. Well, I couldn't leave well enough alone, and I ended up blowing some more. So I blew some of that out. And this part up here kind of reminded me of like a SpongeBob SquarePants character, purpley thing. And so I blew it out some more. And I just think it turned out so nice. I blew out some of the, where'd it go? There we go. That little purple spot, or the turquoise spot. And blew some purple out. And this is where the white was starting to come back down. And I don't mind that at all. I still have some white space there. But the turquoise area here, this part in here, and the gold, that's going to be so shimmery when it dries. You can see some of the gold shimmer now, where that blue is going to look spectacular. Oh, this is just so yummy.